What is the aspiration? You just spoke of operating in 12 countries. Where do you see Water.org in the next 5 years, Matt?
Well, we're really trying to turbocharge this idea of water credit because it's working so well. I think that's kind of our first order of business. But we also, it's about reaching people right now, but it's also about looking over the horizon and what is that next innovation, and we spend a lot of time thinking about that. For now, our latest is this idea of water equity, which is taking the concept of water credit, but now trying to involve social impact investors and people who would be willing to jump in and build a fund. So we built one fund for $11 million that we've already deployed, and now we're putting together a $50 million fund and looking for people to come in to that, just so that we can
When do you expect to close?
When do we expect to close?
Probably in about a little over a year. But it's interesting because when we were here 3 years ago, Matt, right? You remember we announced that we had this concept. We were going to try to raise this fund. Matt kicked in the first $1 million, and we went out and did it. We did the $11 million fund. It's been deployed into India. At least 730,000 people are going to get water, and the investors in this fund who brought the $11 million are going to get a targeted 2% financial return, and they'll get their capital back. So it's, again, the problem contains its own solution if you look at the market-based approach to this. And so now we have every confidence in announcing here that we can raise this $50 million fund. We have a pipeline of investees that's almost nearly complete that we're doing the due diligence on. And so it just, when people ask what they can do, investors, and for now it's been accredited investors coming in at very high levels so we can prove this out. But what we want to do is build a platform. In fact, we're building it now so that we can democratize this, so that anybody can make a loan into water equity, and we can put that to work helping people get water, and then they can get repaid. We believe that's an inherently scalable solution if we can tap into this social impact investing phenomenon.
Well, it's a big headline. It's a big aspiration to go from 11 to $50 million, and you hope to close that by next year. But does it make life easier when you've got Matt Damon putting $1 million on the table up front? Does that help getting everybody else on board?
It certainly helps, but I think what people realize because of things like this and other things we do, Matt isn't just a celebrity, but he is literally one of the world's water experts. So there's a difference between having a celebrity show up and talk with people in government or investors, but when you have a celebrity who's like so grounded in this and really is one of the world's water experts, that has a lot of gravitas.
Well, also, I mean, just as in terms of proving this model again and again and again, it just goes to credibility for our organization going into some of these meetings. And, as Bill Clinton said to us a few years ago, just keep running those numbers up. Just keep running them up. But he was right.
You're certainly doing that.
Well, yeah, but he was right. I mean, the more, that just builds credibility, and it makes it much easier to go raise funds for something like this, for water equity, when look, people ultimately, in my experience, people really respond to things that work.
Yeah.
And if they, and I think the one takeaway that we would want everybody to have here today is that this problem is absolutely solvable. And I can't say that enough. This problem is absolutely solvable, and it's solvable in our lifetime. It's going to take a comprehensive effort from all of us, and governments included. And But there's no mystery to this. We do know how to solve it.
We were talking about the role that the government can play, what the social sector is doing, but what about the corporate sector and the role that you see the corporate sector playing, Gary, because you have strategic alliances in different parts of the world that you operate through. What's the experience been there, and what is the ask of the corporate sector?
Well, we've been really fortunate, I think largely because of the market-driven aspect of the model, that we've really connected with corporate foundations. The PepsiCo Foundation was a very early investor in water credit in India, and their support alone has allowed us to reach 1.6 million people in India. The IKEA Foundation, another really strong supporter of water credit, Caterpillar Foundation, Inditex, and many others have been willing to come on board with this kind of social entrepreneurial approach and back it. And so,
does it go beyond the realm of corporate social responsibility?
It does. It does. I think it's if we look at another relationship that we're doing with Stella Artois to engage consumers, right? And having people understand that a purchase that they make can contribute to somebody getting safe water, and so that's something that brands and corporations have a natural in, and they know how to talk to audiences. And if we can collaborate with them on the powerful messages that we see and make that happen, then that kind of democratization, again, whether it's making a donation to water.org or making a purchase or making a loan when that platform is ready, there's lots of ways that corporations and water.org and water equity can partner. And I think that's the key. This is all about partnerships, whether it be with the governments, whether it be with our corporate supporters, or whether it be with individuals.
Well, one of the things I'm really excited to see with this Stella deal, where it goes, is they have a few different ways you can give. They have this chalice, these chalices that are these beautiful glass chalices that are designed by artists in the countries in which we're operating. So you can buy those chalices, and then but you can also do things like go into a pub in the UK or America and buy a pint of Stella, and that one pint of Stella, they will guarantee bringing someone in the developing world clean water for a month. So I'm curious to see, and I asked them.
Feel good about drinking yourself to death.
You don't have to order 50 of them. I mean,
that's not so bad, though.
Yeah, that might not be so bad. But no, but I mean, if I were a college kid or 25 years old and said, well, I can have my favorite beer and I'm also doing I'm really interested to see.
Were you really thinking that way at 25?
Well, here's the thing. I think this generation, the millennials, are.
Yeah.
And both anecdotally and then also, I mean, we were talking to Stella earlier and they were saying it's quantifiable, right? Because this generation coming up is tuned into stuff like this in a way that Generation X, my generation, was totally tuned out.
What were you thinking of at 25?
I was just thinking about my acting career, I think, and writing screenplays, but what's exciting is to look at this younger generation coming behind us, because they really do get it. And if our corporate partners can show an increase in their bottom line by an activation like this, that's really great news for all of us, because we'll be able to bring more brands into this and really kind of turbocharge our work. That would be wonderful.